and sit down.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I am your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated superstar Tim Vicious, and we're gonna go over Elimination Chamber was in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Now, obviously, if you've been living under a rock or just being introduced to wrestling now, I think we all have seen and heard the big shocking news, which we will get into when the time comes for it, but wow. That's all I got to say. Wow. With that said, though, before we get into the show, I want to remind everyone that we here are WWE Shop affiliates. So what that means is, if you click on that QR code right there on the screen if you are watching this, or if you are listening to this in audio form, go in the description tab, you click on the link. That'll take you to WWE Shop. You buy whatever piece of merchandise you want, and we here at the Vicious Studios will receive a small nominal commission, which in turn will help us improve the show for you guys down the road. So, with the Elimination Chamber, just wow, that's all I really got to say. It was a great show. You know, now, it started out with the Women's Chamber match. It was Little Miss Bliss, Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Bayley, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and Naomi. Liv and Naomi started out the match, but before they could even start to square up, boom, music hits. Jade Cargill comes down, and Liv's just got this deer in the headlights look on her face like, oh shit. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Jade comes down, looking three different kinds of mad, gets in there, walks past Liv, and then proceeds to beat the living piss out of Naomi, stomps a mud hole in her, walks it dry, shades of Stone Cold style, and then walks off. No question, no explanations. And the whole time that's going on, Bianca, who's in the pod, is freaking out like, no! Like, wow. So Naomi got taken out of the match before she could even go and get a chance to perform. But, wow. Either way, though, man, yeah. Either way, Bianca then came in when it was her turn, which she was moving around. Bianca was working phenomenal. You know, now in the order that they came in, it was Bianca, then Roxanne, then Bayley, if memory best serves, then Alexa Bliss. Because I do remember specifically Alexa Bliss was last, but I do believe that was the order, and I know a lot of people have been saying, why is Roxanne in this? I thought she was NXT, blah, blah, blah. My personal view on what I think is, more than anything, it's that she's getting groomed for the main roster because, let's be honest, NXT has become its own independent brand outside of the main WWE sphere, because you have people from TNA. You have people from TNA working WWE shows. You got NXT guys going and working independent shows. On a side note, it was also revealed as of the day of this recording, Natalya is going to be at Josh Barnett's next GCW Bloodsport. But you got multiple talent from the NXT roster going and doing stuff like the Bloodsports or independent meet and greets and things like that. So I think that she's getting groomed to be put to the main roster. It's just a matter of when, not if. Either way, though, this is a great match. A lot of car crash mayhem. Now, the main thing was action. I absolutely loved it. I don't know on how else to describe it. Now, like I said, probably one of the more nasty looking spots I think I saw in the match was when Bianca and Liv, they were fighting, and Liv wound up grabbing Bianca's hair. It was just like, oh no, you did not just grab my hair. She got it and then wham, cracked her right across the side of the ribs right there on it. Just, ooh. Man, that hurt. Because she put a picture out a little time, sometime after the show, showing all the bruises and dents and cuts, bumps, and bruises that she got from it. Just, ooh. Man, that was nasty. But, man, it was just wild. I thought it was great. I thought it was great. Now, Bayley wound up getting taken out, which, honestly, Bayley did not get the win here, which I was surprised on because she was my pick. Bianca wound up getting the win. What it was, she did the KOD. She did the KOD after a hell of a fight with Liv Morgan. But honestly, I was seriously surprised on that one. Now, on a side note, on Raw, they did show, like I said, on Raw they had Rhea versus Io to see who would challenge Bianca for the women's title at WrestleMania. That was a hell of a match right there. I absolutely love that. And Io wound up getting the win, which, again, big surprise on. I'm liking these turns and these unexpected turns out of nowhere like that. But Io wound up getting the win, so we're getting Io versus Bianca at WrestleMania. Score. Next up, we got Nia and Candice going against Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton. Yeah, needed the heart pills. Yeah, may have needed the heart pills a little for this one. But as far as the match went, man, Nia and Candice, they were leading. Nia and Candice, they were leading. Tiff wound up being the punching bag for a little bit, and then Trish wound up getting tagged in, started working. And I swear, Trish really is the epitome of aging like fine wine. Because it's like 1 year for Trish Stratus is like 15 years for regular people. Just, yeah. But either way, I would say that she still got it, but in order to still have it, she would have needed to have lost it. And she did not lose it one bit. This is a good match. And Trish wound up becoming a punching bag for a bit. And then Tiff got the hot tag in, which surprised me considering the whole, that they're in Canada, she's American, and when they had the national anthem sung at the beginning of the show, it was getting booed, and we're not gonna get into politics or political stuff on here, but excuse me, I will say this. Not gonna shit on somebody just because, oh, they're from Canada, or they're from Sweden, or they're from Mexico or Japan or whatever. No. Where you're from is where you're from. But either way, it was a good match. I dug it. Trish wound up getting the win when she hit a super Stratisfaction on Nia, and then tagged Tiff in, and then Tiff wound up hitting the prettiest moonsault ever for the 1, 2, 3, and it was a good shot. Afterwards, they were both celebrating. They both got on different corners, arms up, yay, we won, this, that, and the other kind of stuff. Now, next up, it was Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in an unsanctioned match, and freaking wow, was this good. Like, I can't stress that enough. And and not only that, dude, my mind blew the second you heard Michael Cole on commentary mention the legendary matches between Kevin Steen and El Generico. Like, okay. Did anyone have on their bingo card that Kevin Steen versus El Generico matches would ever be mentioned in WWE? Because I sure as hell did not. But either way, this really good, solid fight. I can't even say it was a match. It was a freaking fight. Now, Owens, he was leading. This was like really much so shades of Generico versus Steen, and like any of their legendary matches like Ladder War or Ladder Avenger, Last Man Standing, Fight Without Honor, all of them. Just wow. I really loved it. Now, at one point you seen Sami pull out a chair wrapped in barbed wire, and I'm not trying to split hairs or nitpick and say, oh, this was a shitty idea or anything, but I'm fairly certain that barbed wire was gimmicked specifically because how often you saw Kevin get slammed into it, his back get slammed into it, and then his face, and at no point you didn't see the shirt get tugged or snagged on it, or Owens' face get any kind of cuts or slashes from it. And I'm not saying that I wanted Owens to like bleed buckets of blood from it. No. But, you know, if you're going to get your head slammed into a thing of barbed wire, you would figure you'd get a handful of small little cuts, you know. But didn't see any. That's just a personal nitpick, I guess. But either way, really great match. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend watching this one. If you're going to watch any matches off of this show, highly recommend this and the Men's Chamber. But Owens wound up getting the win doing 2 power bombs on the apron. 2 power bombs onto the apron, I should say, to Sami. And then after the match, he ripped up the padding off the ground, scooped Sami up, easy for me to say, like he was getting ready to hit a package pile driver. Next thing you know, I hear voices in my head, and ooh, we know what that means. Daddy's home, Randy's back, and he went right after Owens. Started throwing punches at him, started throwing shots at him, went after him, and then security came to go and break them up, and then Randy just did like an Oprah with the security guards. You get an RKO. You get an RKO. You get an RKO. Hey, how you doing? Handshake. Nice to meet you. You get an RKO. Everyone gets an RKO. Yeah. So, if I had to guess, possibly Randy versus KO at Mania, which I would not be opposed to. So now we come to the main event of the night, the men's elimination chamber match. The walking douche nozzle himself, Logan Paul, versus Damian Priest versus Clarence Montgomery Punkish versus John Cena versus Drew McIntyre versus Seth Elizabeth Rollins, because his middle name is not frickin' damn it. And Seth and Drew start off the match really good. Really good. I like the pace that them two were having. Priest came in next, and then Paul. And then after that, Cena came in. Then Drew wound up getting taken out with just a basic schoolboy. And then he was livid. Like, what? After that, Priest was out. Punk was the last one in. And then Logan Paul wound up. Then Logan Paul was out, which, thank you. Thank the gods on high on that. And then Seth wound up getting taken out. And then when it got down to Seth and Cena, they both just looked at each other, kind of had a stare down moment, gave a hug like, alright. Like old times? Like old times. And then they started going at it, working each other for a minute. And it was good. Like that ending sequence, or not even a sequence, that ending where it was just them two in the ring was good. Now, should note on how the match came to an end. Punk wound up rolling, got caught. Had his upper body partway out of the rope. And as he was, Seth, out of nowhere, hits a curb stomp onto Punk, and then gets out of the cage because all that was going on while he was still half out, so it wasn't like they could move him. And after he did that, Cena just had that look like, this sit, pulls him in, locks him in for an STF, and then you don't see Punk tap. No, all you see is Punk, and then go limp. He passed out. So ref calls for it, so your winner is John Cena. So at WrestleMania, we're going to get John Cena versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. Cody then comes out, congratulates Cena. As he's doing that, then we hear the music. If you smell. And then Rock comes out with Travis Scott playing a little bit of an intro for him, which, okay, that was interesting. Rock gets into the ring, stares down Cody Rhodes, and honestly, one little detail I noticed, small little micro detail, was Travis Scott was circling around John Cena, like sizing him up. And all I could think is he really sizing up John Cena? John Cena could rip him in half like cardboard, and I'm fairly certain he eats dudes that are twice his size for freaking breakfast. But I thought that was funny, just the way he was moving around, sizing him up. But Rock got in there, looked at Cody. Cody Rhodes, time has come. I need my answer. Embrace me, my brother. Give me your soul, and I will give you everything you want. Cody then on the mic. Rock, my soul has already been sold. I've sold my soul. But it's not to you. It's to them. Pointing out to the fans. So Rock, go fuck yourself. He said that word for word verbatim. Which, whoa, okay. And then you see Cena, yeah, good on you, Cody. Gives him a hug, congratulates him. And then it just, happy face, and oh. And then you just see Rock sink. For those that are just listening, running finger across the throat, and then that's it. And then you see Cena step back, boom, kick Cody right in the nuts. And then Rock and Cena proceed to beat the crap out of Cody. Travis Scott lays in a shot or two in. And they leave Cody a bloody mess, like he's bloodied up from it. Rock then takes out that belt of his that had Cody's soul on it with the date Dusty died. Proceeds to go and whip him with that, something fierce. And then smears the blood all over it. And then, folks, if a picture says 1,000 words, picture of John Cena standing next to The Rock after that says 1,000,000. Because honestly, this goes up there in history. Nobody ever thought Cena would turn heel. Ever. Like, okay, rewind the clock back 10, 15 years ago. That's all anyone ever wanted. And now it's just like, oh my God. He did it. Oh my God. And it's, I hate to use this comparison, but I had no other way to explain it. When my son was watching, he was like, what did we just see? It's like when Hogan turned back in '96. And that just, wow. It's without a doubt one of the biggest moments in WWE within the past 15, 20 years, I will say. No doubt on that. Like, Nobody would have ever thought of that. But either way, we've still got Cena versus Cody at Mania, but now I've been thinking about it since that night, and this is my takeaway from it. This is Cena's retirement tour, right? So, he wants to retire on top. He wants to die. He wants to go out on his terms. So if that means he's going to go and sell his soul to go and be an 18-time world champion just for that sole fact that he wants to be there for that and that only, then you know what? He is more than willing to shake hands with the devil to do the Lord's work. It's an old saying I learned when I was a kid. But either way, that is it for this week's show, folks. So, like all normal, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch some of the other episodes when you can. We are also out there on audio form. Check it out on Spotify, wherever else you get podcasts from. We are trying to build that platform up. The audio form is still new. Thank you to LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship, a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Also, check out whatamaneuvered.net for some vicious rants apparel like what I'm wearing here. We got t-shirts, tanks, long sleeves, toddler tees, toddler tees, baby onesies. Perfect gift for somebody you love, somebody you hate, or a shirt to give to Goodwill so you can hold on to your stuff. Do not forget to check out these cool ass kits right here on that Twitter, DSB_IV, main event_net, the main event wrestling network account, Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, D-Dry 1986. And folks, like I always tell ya, if you love me, great. If you hate me,
shut up and sit down.
Fuck you.